Hello everybody, welcome to today's CCG technological update. My name is Kamil Guzik. I am Client Computing Group Technical Sales Specialist and a part of Intel's sales team based in Gdańsk on the Polish seaside. In simple words, I'm technically oriented salesman focused on advising customers where to go in client computing space, and I specialize in commercial opportunities, but consumer world is also quite close to my heart. Firstly, let me share some legal disclaimers so that you know where the benchmarks are located, but also this document in particular, originally for the use of CMDA public. Today, I would like to spend some time sharing some insights into Intel's channel priorities, divided into three different segments. First is consumer, then in the middle we've got business and workstation processors and world, and adjacencies on the right hand side. Let's begin on this left hand side. Main division here is mainstream and enthusiast. In the mainstream area, as you can see, we've got 9th gen Intel Core desktop processors for consumer. There is an option for processor without processor graphics, integrated graphics. These are named with an F at the end of the naming. Second is 10th gen Intel Core mobile processors, which are mainly related to laptops. And these are designs engineered for incredible efficiency and remarkably thin and light form factors. Third point, Intel NUC 10th gen performance. First Intel NUC with the latest 10th gen Intel Core processor with i3, i5 and up to 6 cores with i7 SKU version. This is the topic that will be touched upon in a couple of minutes by Jacek. This is mainstream. If we go down to enthusiasts, this is a very strategic section for us. Gaming, which is growing, and content creation, which is also a very significant portion of our strategic vision.
When choosing a new Intel processor for your next gaming PC, knowing which processor line it belongs to can help you make the right decision. Start by looking at the suffix towards the end of the processor's name. These can help you identify the processor features that are best suited for how you game. When you need the highest frame rates across the most demanding titles, Intel desktop processors are a great choice. For Intel's best-in-class gaming experience, look for the K. This indicates the processor is unlocked and overclockable, boasting the highest frequencies in its brand level and allowing you to fine-tune your system for additional performance headroom. Processors with an F deliver the same great performance as corresponding processors without an F, but do not have integrated processor graphics, requiring a discrete graphics card. If you want performance gaming on the go, look out for an H. These processors typically have higher frequencies than other Intel laptop processors, with more cores and threads, and better support for high-performance discrete graphics cards. Like desktop processors, some laptop processors are unlocked and overclockable, and can be identified by the K after the H. You may see some laptops powered by Intel processors without the H suffix. These typically have a lower max processor frequency, but are built for better battery life in ultra-thin and light laptops. They can also include Intel Iris Plus graphics, making them versatile for work and play, with smooth gameplay across popular titles. However you game, Intel processors provide the power you need to unleash your brilliance at any level.
Here we have 9th and 10th Gen Intel Core standard and unlocked desktop and mobile processors. This is an expanded range of desktop processors with i3, i5, i7 and i9, including also options without integrated graphics. We also have 10th Gen mobile H series processor with up to 8 cores and 16 threads. And this is where I would like you to see the video of how amazing performance we can provide in mobile form factor. And also, third point, next generation of desktop processors, which is coming very soon and is fully aligned with the mainstream hits that I shared with you. Second point is Intel NUC 9 Extreme. Jacek will tell you a bit more about it, but this is a design based on 9th Gen with up to i9 processor options. And at the end, to wrap it up, we have Intel Core X series processor family for desktop, and this is the best CPU for content creation and professionals with up to 18 cores and 36 threads. Okay, let's move on to business and workstation Xeons. Coming soon, next gen Intel Core V Pro processors for desktop and mobile.
The Intel vPro platform is built for business. So much more than a processor, this is the comprehensive PC foundation for performance, hardware-enhanced security, manageability, and stability.
vPro is all about. Intel has designed a platform which has 4 different focuses. Firstly, user experience and performance tuned for user experience in general. Second, stable operations, including SIP, which is Stable Image Platform Program. More security, which includes the new hardware shield. And third, modern lifecycle management, which is mainly related to the lifecycle of the platform. When we move back to the business middle area, after coming soon 10th Gen, we've got a division of S series for desktop, U series for mainstream mobile, and H series for high-end mobile and mobile workstation. Second area, Xeon workstation. Coming soon, there is a new W next gen processor coming. On top of that, to cover and serve expert mainstream workstation area, we've got W2200, we've got W3200, and we've got Xeon scalable option for up to 2 sockets per system designs. When we move to adjacencies, there are a couple of logos that should bring your attention. Firstly, we've got Intel Optane technology over there. Intel has developed a breakthrough material together with special software solution, which is a driver that, using breakthrough materials of 3D crosspoint technology together with rapid storage technology driver, can cache your data very fast and treat this small piece of silicon as an accelerator for your system. And here we have H10, which is a hybrid drive having 660p QLC SSD together with 16 or 32 gigabytes of Optane memory, which is a great fit for mobile designs. We also still continue with M10 Optane memory for your own integration. On top of that, Optane technology is also used for SSDs. And we have 905p here, and we also have some data center designs, which we will not elaborate on that much because this is a client computing group focused forum. Then, second point, Intel SSDs. Portfolio is super easy here. We have 665p as an Intel SSD providing great value for price, and there will be a successor of it within next quarters. Third, Intel Unite. This is a smart content creation tool which is deployed in conference rooms, enabling smart collaboration. Fourth point, however, is totally new technology designed by Intel. It's called Gigabit Wi-Fi and also called Wi-Fi 6. Yes, and we also provide a Wi-Fi 6 Gig Plus desktop kit, which will be sold over traditional distribution channels and will be a set of devices to enable Wi-Fi 6 on the client side. On top of that, router must also support this function, but there are more and more designs coming to the market very soon. Also, the last point, Thunderbolt 3, which is totally new level of connectivity. This is using USB-C, but providing 40 gigabits of bandwidth to support many different devices and also power delivery. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you liked the videos and you also liked the main overview. I'm here for you. If you want to reach me, please do that. Thank you for watching and have a great event online. Thank you.
Welcome everybody, my name is Jacek Hadrys. I'm a SPG champ at EMEA Inside Sales team based in Gdańsk in Poland. What does it mean SPG? SPG means System Product Group. This is a group at Intel which mostly focus on the NUC portfolio. So that's why my presentation, however, is very short. It will be about the new designs, new solutions we have in the NUC systems. But because of the limited time, please take my presentation as something like a snapshot of the most interesting solutions. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. You can see my email now and the end of the presentation. What about the SPG mission, SPG strategy? Strategy is that drive growth by creating and delivering compelling, innovative products. So it means that we want to bring with the NUC portfolio many Intel technologies, not only CPU. This is very easy, but additionally, we can bring the Wi-Fi 6, Intel Optane technology, Intel SSD, any security features we have inside our products, and for example vPro platform. So that's why this is important. We try to do something more than typical classical NUCs, like you know, the classical 4 by 4 inches bricks, but we have something like a NUC elements, which is new. We have a ruggedized product, we have laptops. So I hope it will be interesting to get to know by you all information about the new designs we have. Starting from the consumer NUC segments, we have two main group here. The first of all is Intel NUC Extreme, which is a NUC based on the discrete graphics in a mini PC, focusing on the virtual reality, on the performance gaming, on the content creation. You can find here lines like a Hadrys Canyon, which is a little different design than typical bricks, and you can find Isle Canyon, which looks like this, and also including the discrete graphics. But the most popular group is NUC Performance. For now, in the 2019, we have a line which was called Bean Canyon. This is NUC 8 Performance product. Currently, we have something new. We have a NUC 10 Performance, which is called by code name as a Frost Canyon. And Frost Canyon is very important. Why? Because this is first time, this is a 10th generation Intel Core processor inside. First time we have a Wi-Fi 6 inside. And additionally, we have many other features, for example, like quad array microphone system, which can work with all applications which are controlled by voice, like for example Amazon Alexa. So many features, and you place this computer as a typical casual gaming, home office, home entertainment, and many other places when you need good performance in the small form factor. You can see here two groups of the product, NUC Pro and NUC Rugged. NUC Rugged is a new, NUC Pro is a most important, the main group of the NUC based on the vPro or Core i3. We can say that we have one additional group, which is an essential NUC based on the Pentium and Celeron, very popular, especially for the customers who are quite price sensitive. But these two groups, like NUC Pro and NUC Rugged, is the most important. But before I will move to the specific of the NUC 8 Pro, I'd like to share with you some important elements of our value proposition in general related to the business customers and business products. The first of all is of course vPro. vPro is an Intel platform, very popular, and bringing us good performance with the stability and many security features, and especially possibility of the remote control of the computer. We have here bigger and smaller, so small and tall and slim solutions. Probably you don't know, but all business NUCs are prepared for the operation 24 hours per 7 days. And all business products has a 3 years of the life cycle, which means that starting from the launch date, Intel is promising that for the 3 next years, this product will be offering on the market. So, NUC 8 Pro, this is most important line for the business. As I said, we have Core CPU, Core i3, and Core i5, Core i7 with vPro. And currently we are waiting for the new product as a Provo Canyon, NUC 8 Pro. NUC 8 means that we have an 8th generation of the core CPU inside, and for example, we have a Thunderbolt 3 on the board. We have 2 sockets of HDMI, so very good fitting for the business customer expectations product. So that's why we should focus still on the previous generation, which is the Dawson Canyon NUC 7 Pro. Here we have a Core i3 and Core i5 based on the 7th generation, and Core i7 based on the 8th generation of the CPU. What is new is a NUC 8 Rugged. Our code name is a Chaco Canyon, and this is a very specific product, and that's why it's very interesting and it's very popular, starting to be very popular in the IoT solutions, among the IoT customers, IoT resellers. Why? You can see that design is slightly different than typical NUC, but still is a very small form factor for the computer. You have only one CPU, this is a Celeron. And what is interesting, first of all, this is rugged. So we make some tests, and the chassis is much stronger than typical chassis in the typical NUC. The second is a fanless solution, so there is no any active thermal solutions, active cooling solution inside. So this is fanless. And next element, this is a dust resistance. So that's why it's fine for any IoT designs like digital signage, like edge analytics, like in this industry. It can be fantastic to use as a for example, selling points, selling kiosks. And what is a specific, additionally, this is L9 version. L9 means that you can find here inside everything except of the operating system. So you can find it, you can find here CPU, memory, 4 gigabytes of memory, 64 gigabytes of storage as a eMMC card, and rugged chassis. Intel NUC elements. This is very wide new group of the products based on the Intel compute model. So we can build modular computers when compute model is something like a heart of the systems. We have 2 groups of the compute models. The first of all, this is based on the H series of the 9th generation CPU. You can find it Core i5, Core i7, Core i9, Xeon CPUs. And the second one is a U series, so based on the U series 8th generation of the CPU. So what about the first of all, H series? Compute models with a good performance, and we have 2 types of these compute models. The first of all, targeting the extreme gaming sector and content creation as well. We have 3 products based on the Core i5, based on Core i7, and on Core i9. And it can be a heart of the systems, which is named as a NUC 9 Extreme, and code name is a Ghost Canyon. The second one is a code name Quartz Canyon, and NUC 9 Pro. And this is a small form factor workstation. And you can find here 2 products. First of all is based on the Core i7, and second is based on the Xeon CPU. So regarding the Ghost Canyon, so NUC 9 Extreme, which is targeting the extreme gaming, extreme esports, content creation, and virtual reality. You can find the chassis with the skull on the board, on the top, on the cover. And except of the compute model which is installed inside, you can install inside desktop disk graphic card, and you can install additional quite big amount of the storage. Quartz Canyon, very similar design. Chassis looks the same, however the colors and graphics on the top, on the cover is quite different. As I said previously, we can find here the Core i7 CPU and Xeon CPU. And this is typical workstation, so any graphic design, video editing, any CAD systems are very okay here to use it. But this is one of the story. So NUC Extreme elements or NUC Pro elements installed in our chassis. But of course, except of that, you can find many different products from the partners, other partners. We are working with many partners on the market, and you can find quite wide ecosystems, for example, from the Cooler Master, Asus, Silverstone, etc., etc. So this compute module can be installed in the different designs than our Ghost Canyon and Quartz Canyon. So you can build many different products based on our compute models. Okay, the second part of the NUC elements, this is NUC elements based on the U series of the 8th generation of the CPU. The heart of the solution, so NUC elements, this is you can find it on the left top part of the slide. This is a very small design, very close regarding the sizing, very close to the size of the typical credit card, slightly bigger than that, that's still very similar. NUC elements like NUC 8 Pro, based on the many types of the CPU, starting from the Celeron, through the Pentium, Core i3, Core i5, Core i7, including the vPro version of the Core i5 and Core i7, and memory inside. For the Pentium and Celeron, you have even storage inside, 64 gigabytes of the eMMC card inside. So everything in this small body of similar to the credit card sizing. And first scenario, you have 4 types of the board for now. You can install this compute module and build your own solution. Additionally, we have something like an assembly solution, which is this smaller size board with the cooling system and some ports outside. The second scenario is to use one of the 3 chassis we are offering now. All chassis are rugged and fanless and dust resistance. So this is similar like Chaco Canyon. However, this is much bigger and much solid than Chaco Canyon solutions. And the first scenario you can find is an ecosystem. We are working with the many partners on the market, and they proposed many scenario of usage of our elements. So, for example, in Europe you can find Loop company, which is offering the typical all-in-one. Typical because all-in-one, and untypical because this is modular all-in-one. So you can buy Loop all-in-one plus one of the 7 Intel compute elements, NUC 8 compute elements. Similar story, JPIK, this is a Portugal producer of the laptops. Modular laptops is the same story. You can buy the laptops as one of the compute elements as well. Last but not least, we are starting the offering laptops. We have a white books in our offer. For now, this is 2 products, 15 inches screen size, Coffee Lake processor, discrete graphics inside, typical gaming product. You can use our solution because this is quite unique. You can build your own brand with our product and avoid any logistic problems working with our distribution to buy these white books. Once again, don't hesitate to contact me, and thanks very much for watching my webinar. Thank you.